What's up, guys? It's your boy Husky. You're tuned into another episode. Me just being honest with you, I'm going to tell you how I feel on a few subjects. Let's get started. Alright, guys, so we're back, and I'm just going to be completely honest. There's a few things I've been thinking about. I like to sit back and reminisce and kind of, think about my process, what I've been through, things that have been on my mind, different subjects that are told to me throughout my journey. I'm thinking about the subject of doing all I can, or I'm doing enough, or I'm working so hard, or a lot of people are just soft, in my opinion. And what do I mean by that is a lot of people like to talk big, but they're not doing big. People love talking about what they're gonna do or their 9 to 5, and they consider that work. It's like, no, player, you need to do your 9 to 5 as a warm up, and then your work starts afterwards. With me, I've been doing what I've been doing for probably the last, I want to say, since I came back from college in 2012. Okay, so I've been doing this for the last 8, almost 9 years, doing more than the normal 9 to 5 grind. I've been doing that plus 3 other things on top of that. And then people look at me and they're like, how do you do it? It's all about your vision. It's all about what you're trying to achieve. We're talking about your goals here. And I just think a lot of people don't really get that. A lot of people will come up and they'll be like, how do you do this? How do you do that? This isn't even related to working out. It's just, we're talking about what you're doing to achieve what you really want. I have a burning desire to achieve this null inside me, this dream, but you're not willing to put in the work ethic. To me, that's weak. Like, in my opinion, you're soft. You can't come up to a guy like me and be like, hey, I'm working just as hard as you, when reality is you're not. You know what I mean? Like, I can usually have a good judgment of character. I can analyze a person and what their work ethic is like within the first 5 ideal 10 seconds of meeting them. And it's just because I know what's real and what's not, because I'm the one doing it. I know what I'm doing behind the scenes. And you're going to have your doubters, you're going to have your naysayers, you're going to have your haters. And those people really are just envious because they see what you're doing and they're like, why in the hell why can't I do that? I see him going so hard, and they just can't rationalize with their inner self as to why I can't put in the work ethic like that. It's because you're lazy. You're lazy. You're cheating yourself and your team. The people that actually believe in you, you're letting them down because you're letting your inner self down. And you are. You can work harder. You could put in more reps at the office. You could close more deals, make more phone calls, but you decide not to. Why? Because you have a soft mindset. And maybe it's not your fault that you're soft. Maybe it's how your upcoming was. Maybe it's your background. Maybe it's you didn't have big brothers or mentors. Maybe you didn't have really any direction in life, So it might be from your come up, it might be from where you're from, that creates the person that you are today. But at some point, you have to divorce the story you create for you, and you have to marry the truth. And once you realize what the truth is, and you're able to face that, that's when you expand. That's when you go to the next level. And I feel like what keeps a lot of people down, with the norm, the 90%ers, is the fact that a lot of people aren't willing to suck up their feelings to face who they actually are. And it's because a lot of people don't like the punishment. They don't like pain. Now, this relates to the gym because, like Will Smith says, pain is good. When you go to the gym, your goal is to break down that muscle as much as possible. You want to conflict. You want to create as much pain on that muscle, because pain is suffering, and suffering is how you grow. You want to grow. You advance through the pain. You go through the mud to get to the gold. And a lot of people aren't really trying to do that. They're not really trying to, okay, I got to wake up an extra hour early to put in this much extra work ethic over a certain amount of time so that way I can get this goal that I know I deserve. Instead, I'm gonna be lazy and I'm gonna go to my 9 to 5 and then have a beer and sit on the couch, and eventually start yelling at my wife and kids. That's what it is for a lot of people. That's their story, and a lot of people are okay with that. Now, there's a difference if you're okay with that, and there's a difference from being okay and knowing that you're not okay because of that inner feeling, but you decide to be okay with it. Meaning, you can do more, but you're deciding to be weak and play the small game. In order to play the big game, that starts right here. And once you shift your thinking into a new ocean and you stop playing in the kiddie pool, that's where you start winning. That's where you start advancing and going to the next level. A lot of people hear me talk about this, but I talk so much about it because it's so true. And I feel like a lot of people kind of BS around the subject because they're scared of it. A lot of people don't want to really talk about the truth, Why? That's not what we're used to. We want to talk with the guy who's going to encourage us to, go out on the weekend and drink beers and watch football. That's success for them. In their mind, that's their story they create. And what you create up here is what your reality will be, Your physiology will become what your mentality is. So in a way, I'm already designing my truth of what all this is up here. So ladies and gentlemen, stop being lazy. If you know you're being soft, just be okay with admitting it. All right, check. This is who I am right now, but this is where I want to be. And by having those real conversations with yourself, your inner self, nobody has to be around. Just look in the mirror. Be like, this is who I am, and I'm sick and tired of being this person. When the feeling of pain becomes greater than the feeling of change, that's when true change starts. And once a lot of people get to that mental place of pain, and that pain is more than the feeling of change, the change is easy, the decision's easy. And for me, that's what it was. That's what it took. I know how it feels to be lazy. I know how it feels to put in those extra reps when you don't want to. After this video, I'm going to the gym. Right now, it's going on 11 o'clock on a Friday, and Husky's grinding. Okay, I'm not, do you really think I want to go to the gym all the time? I'm being honest. I don't want to work out all the time, but I'm doing it not just for me, but it's the standard I'm setting and the reality that I'm creating for you guys, for the people that I'm holding myself accountable for, So if you really want to be the example, if you really want to be the big shot, the leader, you need to hold your own self accountable. Because at the end of the day, all this is noise. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody else says about you, it's what you say about you. And if you did your all that day, and if you let yourself down. What keeps me driving, what keeps me going is by looking in the mirror at the end of the day and seeing the inner child. And if I can make that person happy, I know I did my part. So do yours. Peace. Whew.
Audio Jungle.